everyone. It's belly dance time. Yay! I hope you're all out there having fun, and I'm ready for this class. I've been waiting all day, so we're going to have a great time tonight. This class will be squishy stuff. It's all slow undulations and interior muscle work, working on the upper portion of our torso, or our full torso, upper portion of the body. We're going to do undulations, we're going to do figure eights, all kinds of fun things to get our bodies moving. And your core muscles are going to be very engaged. This is a really good workout for your core. So if you're out there having fun, check in with us. There's Nikki!
Hi everybody! Before we continue, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Here you go again. I'm Meleah, and I've been teaching for decades, as you know. Some of you, I'm really excited to say, have come back into my videos from 20, 25 years ago. So welcome the long ago students who are now returning.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been really nice to see your comments. Very exciting to see people that I haven't seen in a long time. Even though I'm not seeing you, I'm hearing from you. So that is wonderful. So hopefully you did your warm-up. The plan going forward is for you to log into the YouTube channel, do either one. There's two warm-ups there. One is more beginning, one is more beginning intermediate, and get yourself warm before class, and then we'll start in with the moves as we are going to do in a few minutes. You want to see who's...
Yeah, so the thing that we would like is make sure you comment and let us know if you can hear everything okay, if the music is loud enough and that kind of stuff, and then also just let us know that you're here, and I'm going to keep checking on the comments over here every so often. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, Nikki will keep checking and letting me know of anything important that I need to hear. Anything so far? I see a few things on the screen. Let's see. And I'm going to start our music, courtesy of Frank Lazaro and Middle-Earth Ensemble. One of his favorite albums of mine is Lavender, so I'm going to use that album. It's got some beautiful slow pieces. So we're going to start here. We have a first timer.
We do.
Stephanie is her name.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, welcome Stephanie.
And then Jody Littlefield.
Oh, Jody, all right.
And
welcome.
Sarah and Cindy.
Sarah and Cindy, they're all new?
It looks like everybody's hanging out, yeah.
Okay, this is wonderful. Welcome.
We have 16 people watching it.
Okay. We're going to move our torsos a little bit just to get it going again, and I think you're all probably warmed up, but just in case you're not all the way warmed up. I think I can do a little more volume, right?
Yeah. Hi everybody!
Alright, so this is 33 and a half. We remember that.
Okay.
Alright, so start rolling shoulders. Get your breath going. And forward. And then alternate back. And forward. And then you're going to reach overhead, stretching the side body. These are the muscles we're all going to use tonight. So we want to get these stretched out, warmed up, ready to go. Then put your hands on your hips and let's just slide our ribs. Side, side. So we have our upper abs right in between your rib cage and your diaphragm's in there, and then middle abs where your navel is, and then your lower abs. Those are going to, for us, those are going to include your transverse abdominis, which goes across hip to hip, and your two diagonal obliques, which are on the lower portion. So I may be referring to those. Let's try some circles. Keep your knees flexed. You're going to always want to be in a little bit of a bent position with the knees. And then let's reverse. front of you. And then the other way. These all are part of our torso moves. And then vertical circle going back. Now slow this down. Let it wave itself down through your torso. And we're going to start by working into the abdominals. So as you lift and go back, you're going to drop your rib cage down, back and then down. Then I want you to continue the contraction. Diaphragm, middle ab, lower ab. You're going to roll it down. Diaphragm, middle ab, lower ab. Part 1, part 2, part 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Couple more. Really pull in and tuck. And then into a big hip circle. And reverse it. All right, now same thing we were just doing, but less of the rib cage. Just lift, tuck, diaphragm, middle ab, lower ab. Lift, tuck, 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift. We're doing belly rolls, abdominal rolls from up to down. This is one of the best sit-ups you can ever do because it gets every muscle in there. That's it. Up to down, up to down, up to down. One more. Drop into your hips. Take those transverse abdominis and your lower abs. Tuck those inside and then release. Pelvic tuck. When you're doing your pelvic tuck, relax your glute muscles here. Try not to squeeze and push forward. Try to tuck and tuck up and under. This one's a bit tricky because your legs really, really want to just push like crazy. Just tell them no. Tuck and release, tuck and release. Just the abdominals. So it's this motion as opposed to this motion. Now you can see the difference. Try not to squeeze your legs at all. You're going to end up doing it a little bit, that's okay. You just try for a relaxed glute muscle, really making that stomach. We're trying to get our torso ready to go. So we want to squeeze, release. Now we're going to take that roll from downward to upward. Squeeze at the bottom, middle abs, upper abs, and you end with a lift of the rib cage. Lower, middle, upper, lift. Lower, middle, upper, lift. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. And roll it. And roll. And roll. And roll. So our first move, you've already done it, belly rolls, but we're going to look at rolling up and rolling down. So roll up, lift, now tuck back and roll down. Roll up, roll down. Roll up, roll down. Roll up. So it's a wave, rolling from hip to ribs, and then ribs to hip. Now one of these directions or both directions may not be there yet, that's okay, but in your mind you're doing it, and the body will follow. As soon as the muscles wake up, the more you work them, the more you practice, the better it is. Belly rolls that we warmed up a little bit with, you can do those while you're laying in bed. They work really well when you're just flat. So you can try them as you go to sleep, as you wake up. It's a great timing. If you want to make it even better, go up into a bridge, lift your hips up in the air so you're on a diagonal with your knees bent, and then try to roll in that position. That works really well as well. So arms in second, let's try now. Down to up to down. Down to up to down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Two more, up, down. Now the top and the bottom of each one, we're going to circle. So roll up, circle, roll down, circle, roll up, circle, roll down, circle, roll up. So what we're adding is a ribcage circle on the top and a hip circle, a small one, little ami, on the bottom. So think about it, if you draw it in your mind, you've got a circle, and then a stick, and then a circle, all right? So start at the bottom. How many circles you do doesn't matter right now. When you do choreography and you're trying to do a count, you can make it fit the count, but we're just gonna do maybe 1 or 2. So circle, circle. When you get to the front of your circle where you're tucking, that's where you go up. When you come up, you are in the front of the upper circle. So take it around to the back. As you hit the front again, lift and roll down. So there's a point, you have to picture that circle, right, and where you hit it. So we're going around and we're hitting it at 12 o'clock on the floor. Now roll up. Okay, so we're at 12 on the upper clock. We're taking everything to the right now, so it doesn't really matter, we're gonna do both. So around you go. Okay, now you're at the front of your circle. Lift up, back, roll down. Now, as you come down, where do you think you land? In the back of your circle. Yes, you're in the back of your circle. So come around to the front. As you hit the front, you come up. You're in the front of your circle. Roll around to the front, lift up, roll down. Now you're in the back of your circle. Continue around. So you have to kind of picture it almost mechanically so you see where the circles fit. So up, circle, down, circle, up, circle, down, circle, up, circle, down, circle, up, around, down, couple more. This is a cool move. One more. I just love this one. And rest. Yay! Okay, that was super fun.
That was great. I'm gonna check it again.
Yeah, check again. Hopefully we like that one.
Let us know,
Yes.
everybody, how it's going.
So those body waves can transfer into all kinds of other things, which we're going to do right now. If you slow them down, so that's just like a little body wave down to up to down, mostly in the stomach. There's not a lot of big movements happening. But when you take that same technique and involve your spine, right? Then, hang on, I gotta go back. Is it, which one? One more?
One more, 8, yeah, 8 is good.
Did it?
No, you have to go.
Did I get
There
it?
you go.
Okay, all right. So, when you make them moving bigger and you involve your spine, your little stomach body turns into a big, lovely, beautiful, squishy undulation. So the roll that you're picturing that you're doing here down the front, like so, take it into your spine and put that wave into your spine. So a couple ways to visualize. When you are waving down, you tuck diaphragm, middle abs, lower abs, right? When you're making that spine work, you're not tucking, you're pushing, right? So if I get here, can you see? Yeah, you can. All right. So if you're against a wall and you stand away from it, you lean back and you press your shoulders, now your spine, and you roll down and press each part of your back into the wall, one vertebrae at a time. That is your wave. Now, while you're doing that, feel what's making that happen. What's making the push? It's not your spine, it's your stomach. You see? So imagine the wall behind me. It's the stomach that makes the spine push, but everybody's brain is different. So you might relate to tuck, 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 or you might relate to push, 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 push. Something will click. So think about that wave, and let's try that for a little bit. This is a big body wave or undulation, top to down, top to bottom, up to down. And notice the hips are waving too. Let those go. That's part of the fun. So now, similar idea from the segue we did before where we went down, circle, up, circle. When you come down here, you can segue into a nice, big, squishy hip circle. And then you can wave up and go into something else. All right, so let's try that. That was super pretty. Okay, so big body wave, big undulation up to down, tuck, tuck, tuck. Push against the back, 1, 2, 3, down. All right, I'm gonna turn front. And now, on the next one, here we go. Take your hip behind you, big circle, do another one. Come into the center, tuck, roll up, shoulder roll, arm wave. Ah, beautiful. Oh, that was pretty. All right, let's try that again. That was super pretty.
Do you want me to keep facing side? Or do you want me to
Yeah, we want you to keep facing side. That's great. Yeah. So Nikki's gonna face side, I'm gonna face front. So big undulation, up to down. And then big hip circle, just take your time. We do 2. Big one, second one, all right, bring it in. Now tuck, wave up, shoulder roll, arm wave, and rest. Oh, that was good. I can feel that one. That was good. All right, let's try a different ending with the arms. So, body wave, undulate, undulate, and big hip circle. Another, we'll do 3 now. One more, here we go. Up, woo, roll, arm wave, come up. Oh, that was nice. I like that. I like that. All right, one more time. Hopefully you enjoyed that one.
That was excellent.
Yeah, undulate, undulate. Circle of the hips. Undulate down to up. I'm going to throw in a ribcage.
Whoa.
A roll of the shoulder, an arm wave, and it's endless. You just do what you feel like doing, right? But I'm giving you the tools. So that was undulation, hip circle, undulation, rib cage, shoulder, arm, and pose. Sounds way more complicated than it is. It's not difficult. You're just putting pieces together, right? Just pieces that go together that look cool together. Also with your undulation, you can move. I don't have a whole lot of room here, but I'm going to show you a little bit. If I go, let's see.
You can use all of this.
I can go here, right? So outside, whichever direction you're going, outside foot crosses to the inside. Step forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. And the same thing. The other side. Each time you step forward, you're going to do an undulation up to down. So it'll be 1 and. So forward is the 1, back is the and. So why don't you step forward, do your outside foot, and we'll cross each other.
This way?
Okay, yep.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 5 and, 6. There we go. Give me the remote. That was fun. All right, should we do it again?
Yes.
Okay, let me find the song again.
I wonder if we should do this.
6,
We
right?
got a
Or
lot.
5?
5.
5. Yeah, 5, 6, and 8.
5, 6, and
All right, we're gonna try it again. So here we are. Okay, so outside foot, crossing to the inside, which is the direction you're going. Step forward, undulate, forward. Now as you step back, finish your undulation. Roll down. So you start it on the front foot, you finish it on the back foot. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now switch feet. Go the other way. Go behind me. 2, 3. See, we're already choreographing a dance. Okay, so that one is a really nice one to do, and I'll just show you briefly. When you're going sideways, this way, you can see more what's going on. And typically, I will put arms in 4th. So I have one arm, I'm headed toward an audience or some target, right? So again, outside foot, which is my back foot. Step forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Whee! I'm getting closer and closer. All right, that was pretty.
We can do it this way and
oh yeah,
have feet as well.
Yeah, we can go across this way here. All right, let's try that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then everybody sees us in the mirror too.
Okay, here we go. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, forward, back, up to down. There it is. That looks good. That looks really good. I like that. I like that.
I'll just check the comments real quick.
Okay. All right. So let's see. What else do I want to do? Oh yeah. All right. This one's going to be a little more tricky. That was a full torso. We're going to look at the upper body here. Okay. So upper. Shoulder rolls are the beginning. There's just a nice little move where you go roll, roll, up to down. It adds a little emphasis to it. Forward, forward with your shoulders. Then lift your ribs and roll down. Forward, forward, lift, down. It's a nice little combination. So you can, if you're just playing around, forward, forward, up, down, circle, circle, up. It just adds a little extra piece. So I wanted to try that. There. Forward, forward, up, down, forward, forward, up to down. Also, but I like even better, it's a little trickier. The figure 8 with your rib cage. So, you're going, huh? So, on your hips, you have a figure 8 that comes into the center, that the hips come forward. There's 4 types of 8s, and these are horizontal 8s. There's 2 horizontals and 2 verticals. So this is the horizontal going forward. So you see how my hips are coming from the back to the front, from the back to the front. So I'll show you here. I think on this one it's going to be behind me.
Yeah.
Forward, forward. So what we're going to do is that move with our rib cage. Yes, we are. So you're going to take one side, bring it around to the front, so you're going to circle it all the way around until it's forward, and then the other side goes all the way around forward. So yes, it feels awkward, but it looks super cool. Forward, forward. What you don't want to move are your arms, because we don't want this, right? We don't want the whole thing. Then it kind of looks, that's not so pretty. So try to keep
we don't want to do that in bed.
Yeah, exactly. Try to keep your arms to the side as best you can. Take that rib, any rib, circle forward, circle forward. What muscles are you using, you say? What is going on? Upper back, upper obliques, chest, pectorals, shoulders. Everything you've got up there is working, but the most are right in here. Rhomboids, all this business is working. Now also, see if I let my hips go? We don't want that. So lock them down. It's going to be hard. They're probably going to move a little bit, but we don't count that. It's a small movement, it's okay. We don't want this. We don't want the whole thing going, so hold still. Squat, tuck, squeeze, squeeze. Figure 8, one side, figure 8, one side. And this movement is just a larger version of shoulder, shoulder, if you think about it. It's either a little shoulder or a big rib cage move. So forward, forward, circle up, back, and down. Super pretty. Roll it forward, up, in and down. Forward, forward, up, and down. Forward, forward, up, and down. And then you know once we're here, we can do all kinds of things, right? Go into our circle, go into, we should do the roll, yeah. Okay, we're going to do Mickey's favorite move, forward rolls of the hip, and we'll add those on. Let's do a couple more of these goodies. Forward, forward, up to down. Forward, forward, up to down. It's a beautiful move. All right, so we're gonna kind of segment things. These are all your little parts and pieces that you get to play with and put together. So there is a roll with the hip. We just did up to down, and if you take this, so watch my body, I'm gonna isolate now and just do the bottom half and hold the ribs still. Can you see that my hips are making an upward circle? They're coming up, in and back. In other words, the circle is going this way, it's going up and backwards. Hopefully, maybe. If I take my ribs out of it properly. Well, what I'm going to show you is the opposite, where your hip goes in, forward, over, and down. Now, this one is the reverse, all right? So as we lift from up to down and wave, this is kind of the beginning if we were accentuating the bottom of that roll as we go up. However, it's an exaggerated movement. So take a look. Let's see if I put my foot here. It's really pretty. Right? So we can do this and we can wave up, but we can't make it too big because it looks like this. It's not pretty. It's kind of, right? It's not a good one. So we don't do the big move going forward like we do on the bottom. We make it more subtle. So roll your hips forward, and then when you're ready, you can tuck in the back and wave up gracefully. So roll, 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 wave up. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and one more. 1, 2, 3, wave up. So I'm really feeling tired in here, and I hope you are too. You're doing dozens and dozens and dozens of sit-ups right now, the best kind, because they're going so you can feel this goes deep. This is not,
so much more fun.
This is not a crunch. This puts the crunches out of the game. This is deep inside. Sorry, let me get to the other side. We're not done with this because this is a good move. So squat slightly, tuck your hips up. So the trick is up and into your pelvis. Now, forward, over, and down and back. Right? Forward. Now, your body has a natural resistance to this move. So if you have a chance to look in the mirror, if you look in the mirror, you might be seeing this. It loves to do this move. This is quite natural. You might think you're doing the forward and actually you're doing the under. So just make sure that it should feel a little bit awkward, and it should feel, I always feel like my hips are coming up and over something, right? They go up and over the ledge and fall down in front. So it's a distinctly different feeling. So just give that a try. Very pretty. So we know this one is the camel, and you can walk with this one. So let's try. Let's cross each other again. So each time you go with a step, you're going to go forward. I'll do it just a couple here. Forward, forward, forward. All right? So you're going to put the ball of the foot down first. Pick your hip up, roll forward onto your foot, and that's when you lay down the heel. And that allows you to step, right? So it's this motion here. Forward and over the front. So let's try. Walk, 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 walk. There you go. All right, let's try the other way. It's a very beautiful move. And I'm going to skip it.
Skip it.
All right.
8.
Yep. So here we are, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And you can have drums in second, they can cross, they come up to fifth. There's all kinds of stuff that they can do. There we go. So this one feels super squishy, gushy. This one, It just feels really, if you have stiff spine or issues back here, they'll be so much better with this one. This is so good. All right, so let's backtrack. Let's go. Let's do figure eight, up to down, big hip circle, and then camel, camel, wave up. How about something like that?
Nice.
That would be nice. Okay.
Lovely.
All right, so remember, camel is big, right? And then when you decide to wave up, just tuck, so you switch immediately to that smaller body wave, so you're not doing this big, it makes you lurch forward, and that's not pretty. So roll up. As you roll up, wave those arms up and just lift them up above your head with the hands kind of floating down. So let's try that. Okay, here we go. Forward figure eight, rib cage, big undulation, big hip circle. Bring it in. Now tuck, forward, camel, and tuck and wave. Did I do it right? Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just following you, so
Okay.
I'm follow you.
All right.
We will follow you.
All right. I think that looks good. I like that. Hopefully you like that. All right. Couple more. Let's give it a try. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I totally messed that one up. Just say
No, you just did it a different way.
Just in a different way.
That's okay.
Different way.
It's okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. All right, one more. Yeah, you have this thing here. Walk, walk, and then a little one. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I'm doing wrong. I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then trying to roll up. It was too fast.
Yeah.
So let's take 4 counts. Camel, camel for 4, then bring your foot in and body wave for 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that'll be better.
Okay.
That's gonna look better. Ready? 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I like them so much better.
Do you step on your right foot or your left foot?
I'm alternating. I don't know.
For the camel,
I don't know.
I did the same thing.
I don't
Okay.
care.
Whatever.
I did it left
whatever
one time,
happens.
and then I did it right.
Okay.
It doesn't
Because
matter.
I was not catching myself right. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my other leg this time.
All right.
5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was the best one. Yeah. So it was my left. So it may have been your right, but it worked the best to do camel, camel, and then small step, body weight. Right? So we have big move, now roll up and let the arms come up. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. Should we try some more? Yes, of course we should. Let me look at my list and see.
I'm gonna check comments.
Okay, okay.
Let us know if anything.
Yeah,
If you have any
let us
questions.
know comments. All good. We'll answer them. Let's see. We did. Oh shoot! I almost forgot. Side figure 8 things. Yeah.
We have Michelle.
Michelle who?
Michelle Burkhart.
Michelle Burkhart. Woo! Juliana.
Yes.
Awesome.
Elizabeth. Holly. Karen. Jenna.
Oh, that's so good.
Nadira.
So good. All right, we're gonna do side figure 8s. This is super good move. Okay.
And Stephanie says she's gonna move her furniture next time.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to do a couple of different things. This move was known as the snake. I used to do a little shtick where I would have my, well, he's my husband now. He was my boyfriend then, Larry. A lot of you know Larry. I made a body bag, and I got inside the body bag, and then he would carry that in over his shoulder and put it down, and I'd be all crumpled, and then out I would come like a snake. Really corny. But it went over really well.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that's old. But, so it's known as the snake, because if you know how a snake goes along the ground, right? So you're making, using different muscles to basically make this snake shape, right? And so you can start it a couple of different ways. So I'm going to show you those different ways to start it, okay? So first we're going to start with the easy end, which is the hips. It's always easier to move your hips. You're going to do a vertical 8 going up. Remember I said there's 4 8s? So we'll address those in a different video, but there's 2 horizontals and 2 verticals. On the vertical side, that means it's a vertical plane like a wall. You have a choice of going down or up. We're going up. So you're going to take a hip, one hip, bend down into that foot and knee, push your hip out, up, and then contract your obliques. Pull that hip right into center. Down, out, up and in. Down, out, up and in. So you remember we were talking about splitting the body. So we're splitting the body vertically. We're working on just one side. So that hip is going to go down, out, up and in. Okay, and then the other hip, I'm going to turn around. Out and in. Now your other hip of course is moving, but the emphasis is on that one side. And then you put the one side, as you come in, shift your way, do the same thing to the other side. And you get this cool rhythm going that looks like an 8. So it's as if you're drawing the number 8 sideways on the wall, right? The 8 is lying down horizontally, laying sideways on its side on the wall. So down, out, up, and in. Now shift your weight as you go down, out, up, and in. So you're making a circle, one circle per side. And then we'll speed it up a little bit. There it is. All right, so what we do to make the snake happen is we do not hold that body in a lifted position. So typically when we're using the bottom, we lift the top. So we lift tall, we isolate, and we bring those hips in, this beautiful, lovely figure 8. Now, what if we don't hold our rib cage? Guess what it does? It does this all by itself, but you have to think about it just a bit. So I'm going to break it down and show you, but what I always say is don't overthink your dance. Just enough to make it happen, don't overthink it. Because this one, if you look at this, okay, so I'm going to keep going. Look at my hips. They're making an 8. Now look at my ribs. They're making an 8 as well. Is it the same as the bottom? No. It's the same direction, but it's in counterbalance. Right? Yes. It's counterbalancing. Just think about how an S works. While one curve goes one direction, the other curve goes the other, and they balance each other out. So my rib cage, try to make the shape you just made with your ribs. Take a side, down, out, up, and over. Down, out, up, and over. With the rib cage. Now what's going to get in your way? Your shoulders. They're going to be going crazy right now. They're going to be really trying to get things happening, right? Tell them, shut up, shut up. Don't do the shoulders. It's your ribs. So you should see, it's here that you're doing it. It's not here. Right in there, right in the diaphragm, lower rib cage. So you just drop into it. Drop, up and over, down, out, up and over. Now see, I'm holding my hips reasonably still, because here's the 8 that we were doing. All right, so now, release your hips. And allow them to counterbalance and do the same figure 8 in opposition. Same direction, just on a different timing. And man, is this great. Wow. So good.
Everything.
So good. Yeah, you need sit-ups. Just do this stuff. That's all you need. All right, so everybody's at a different level. So if you're still struggling, just hang in there. You can start again. Do the hip. Do the rib. Add the hip. Everybody's at a different place. Now, if this is feeling good, you're in your groove. Take your arms up. Cross and down. So you keep it going. And up. Cross and down. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Good, 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 good. Big circle. Whew. Oh, that is a work and a half, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right.
So beautiful.
Yep.
One of those, that's possibly one of my favorite moves ever.
I love that move. Let's, I'm going to go back one more
Do.
time.
5 and 6.
5. Okay, so let's put a couple of those moves together. Whoop. What did I do? I thought I had 5. Am I there
You're
now?
going backwards. Go.
Here.
I got you.
So what we're going to do, we're going to put a couple moves together. We're going to do this full body snake move, and then we're going to add our arms, and then we're going to work into an undulation. Oh yes, this is going to be good. Let me see what if I left anything out.
I'll just do this right here.
So we got that one, that one, that one, that one. Or you can type in requests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Okay. I'll take them, you know I will. So let's try. I'm going to start up front because we're going to end up undulating backwards. All right, so we're going to start with the full body snake, S shape, figure 8, rib cage and hip. And just let your arms float into second position. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So right here. Good. Now bring the arms up. As you cross, undulate, undulate, undulate. Bring it down. 1, 2. And hip circle. Good. And S shape for the body. Arms go up. Now undulate. Walk forward. And circle. It's a little challenging, but that's okay. You'll get it. Eventually, you'll all get it. Up we go. Undulate back, cross down. And circle. One more time. Start with the ribs. 2, 3, 4. Bring it up. 2, 3, 4. Undulate forward. Bring it down and circle. Good. Now tuck it in and forward roll. I'm going to turn sideways. Forward roll. Put your front foot in front of your back foot and wave yourself backwards. Oh, so pretty. Bring your arms in forth. Bring your back foot in front. Arms in forth. Tuck. Forward roll. Camel. Forward. 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 Yay. Big circle. So common denominator when you're putting things together like we are, we're just throwing them together. Circles. Just hang out in your circle. It's fine. Or figure 8s. Those are good too. Okay, did we get any special requests?
Oh, let me take a look.
Okay.
Special request for a song from Juliana. Swing, which is a great song.
Yeah, but we don't have the license rights, so we can't. No special moves?
No special
All right, then we'll do one more circle, and we'll wind it down. You guys worked really hard tonight. I'm very proud of all of you. I can feel your sweat and your muscles are just buzzing.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Can we do the, you know, we did the undulations just on one level. Can we do the ones where you change the position?
Yeah. Those are super good.
Gorgeous.
All right, so backtrack a few moves. When Nikki and I were crossing each other, doing the full body undulation here, right? So level change is a little more an intermediate advanced level, but it's super fun because really all that's going to happen is whatever you're doing, you just go into a demi-plie and then up, or demi-plie, releve, demi-plie, releve. So if we're going to do this move here, usually I start in the down, it just seems to make more sense to me. So get your undulation going. Now, when you're ready, take your step forward and step low, and then high, low, low, and high, low, and high. And let me switch. Low and high. 1 and 2. Really nice. So you can take a move, a traveling move of any kind, and just add a level change to it. Super pretty. Thank you for that. Yeah, we do that one every now and then. It's just, it for somehow that rhythm, it just, oh, feels so good. Oh, here we go. Try the circle. There we go. There, look how pretty that is. So nice. Just do it in a circle. There we are. Okay. Oh. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you for the next one. I'll announce it a day or so before. We'll figure out something fun to do.
Will be on? When's the next one?
Saturday night. I think we decided Saturday is good.
At 7?
7 o'clock on Saturday.
And then,
and I put them, I put them on Meetup as an event, online event. And I put my Facebook link so that you can sign up on Meetup, and then I know who's going to be here. And it's for the month of April that I put them, right?
Yeah, and we also did a Facebook event.
Yeah, and we did a Facebook event, so yeah. And feel free to share this. We love it when you share.
And then we'll put the video onto YouTube as well.
Yeah, it'll go up.
And then all the videos are living on YouTube, so subscribe to Meleah's channel, and then you can have access to them whenever you want. You don't have to scroll through the timeline to see
Right,
it.
they'll be right there if you want to repeat and all that. Okay, everyone.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
one more thing.
Okay, almost.
Meleah can also do private lessons.
Oh, I can. Now that we have this
Now that we have
technology,
the setup.
yeah, we can do Zoom. I'm getting good at it. So yeah, those would be great. This will be really fun.
All right.
All right, thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Bye, everyone.